Um, so this thing with Psy, first of all, I didn't really even know there was apparently a thing with me and Psy. So I don't know if you want me to get into my thing about this other guy first, or you want to
I mean,
tell me what that is.
it's probably connected, yeah. So what's okay? So run it through again so that Lang can hear it.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
here's what I was saying. So there's a guy, Lang. His name is Val. He goes by Val. His real name is like Val Titus Astarte, something like that. We used to work with him towards like the very end of the union days. He was kind of like an independent sanitation guy. Brought him into LSD once we did like the transition. And so this is kind of when I started working with him heavily, because if you can remember, I was putting a team of people for the next storm, and he was one of those, because that's when he wakes up.
Yeah.
So he became, you know how me and Cloak and Bo, since like Cloak was the CEO, me and Bo were like managers. We basically just, according to Cloak, the rule she made is we each build a team, and you only buy materials from the people within your team, and it's completely like separate. Like I don't buy from Cloak's people, she doesn't buy from mine, etc. So Val was on my team. Along with Val, I had this other guy, David, who was fucking legend. He's gone now. Dayrell, he also works with them and Jason and Sai in that house with the moonshine. But this Val guy, he is also a therapist, okay? And so because of that, me and him sometimes used to work like solo on the truck. And, you know, we had some conversations like about like deeper shit, like almost like therapy, which is supposed to have like, you know, confidentiality and all of that. Because, you know, it's a licensed therapist. That's how that works, like a lawyer. First of all, full of shit. He tells people what his clients tell him. Because he told me shit that other clients told him in confidence. And he's also told other people what I've told him. I found this out because my girlfriend used to talk to him as well on the side. And then a friend of mine, and he would tell everybody what we each told him, which is crazy.
Yeah.
So this guy, when I brought him in, I was hesitant at first to bring him in just because he's very much like, he's just going to work for whoever pays him well. Like he's more loyal to the money than I think the people.
Yeah.
But I gave it a chance anyway, just because he worked hard and I needed people during that time.
Yeah.
So with that, we just worked together when we could. I bought materials from him. Nothing more. I didn't like work with him on other shit. But I told him, you know, me and Cloak and everybody that was part of LSD, we were hoping that was going to become like a bigger thing. So there was potential for other opportunities to like move upwards within LSD. Cloak told him the same, especially because him being a therapist and doing other things. But as you know, Cloak disappeared.
Yeah.
And when Cloak disappeared, LSD died. Like, nobody says LSD. We don't push that. I never tried to hire more. Like, that shit died with her. So when she, went out of town, then it just became kind of like, we give you materials, the people in the house that I live with.
Yeah.
And that's it. There's no LSD. I'm not bringing anybody else.
Yeah.
And along with that, around that same time that Cloak kind of went missing, I heard from somebody who I worked with at the yard, unrelated to us, not affiliated, but I heard that they worked with Val, and during the shift, he was telling people like,
No, fuck.
What was the last thing you heard me say? I'm sorry.
It sounded like you were about to mention Psy or something. You said something about Val.
Yeah. So what I was saying is, I am assuming that Val has talked to Psy because they work together in the Mirror Park house they have with Jason, with like the moonshine and shit.
Hey.
What's up? I'm sorry, I don't think we've met.
Tony, nice to meet you, pal.
Nice to meet you, Tony. I'm Santan.
Nice to meet you, Santan. Sorry to interrupt. Go ahead.
No, it's all good.
Okay, so what does he do for Psy?
I think he's just farm. Like, I don't know what else he does right now. He's a clean guy.
This guy's been talking shit about you, putting your name in the mud, and it's potentially got over to Psy, Lang. That's what you missed.
So what I was saying, Lang, is I'm assuming that's why the Psy thing came up, because truthfully, like completely truthfully, I have never done anything with Psy besides sanitation shifts. And me and him have never butted heads. In fact, we've just talked about like sports and shit, because we both really like sports. So I've never done anything with Psy, like no crime. I've never just hung out with him outside of the yard. So there's really no reason for him to have like opinions about me like that unless he's heard it from somebody, right? That's why I'm assuming that Val has been talking, because I think you had probably, you didn't hear this part, but I distanced myself from Val over a month ago because I heard that at the yard he was yapping about other people's business, including my own and other people.
Yeah.
So, to give an example, I know 3 people at least who talked to him like about personal shit one-on-one as a therapist. He was sharing all that with each other, with all the other people. Which, I mean, that just tells me your morals are fucked up if you're sharing private like therapy things. But on top of that, I'm talking like business. This guy told somebody that I was selling weed and Sandy with my girlfriend. I can't even do that because I'm on the Cypress app on my HQ.
Yeah.
I literally cannot sell anywhere else.
Yeah.
My
Sounds like we
girlfriend
gotta
cannot
fucking kill
even
this motherfucker.
listen.
To be honest.
My girlfriend cannot even sell in Sandy because she never got to 100 stars with Benny. The last time I saw my girlfriend was 2 weeks ago, and I was helping her under the bridge. She hasn't even got there. So, what surprises me, this is why I'm talking to you.
Okay.
I hadn't heard anything about this guy for over a month, Val, and then suddenly I hear that he's talking about me again.
Yeah.
And I just don't understand why.
So now you think that he's talking to Sai, and then Sai is believing everything he's fucking saying. That's where the drama's coming from?
Correct. Yeah. That is my assumption. On top of that, the only reason that I can think of why this guy Val wouldn't fuck with me is because this is what I told Luciano. When we first like hired him under LSD, me and Cloak told him that, you know, if LSD goes the way that we want, there's future opportunity. The shit's gonna grow, blah, blah, blah. But as we all know, you know, the shit happened with Cloak. She was gone. That died with her. So maybe he feels jaded about missed opportunities and that I never kept like reaching out to him. I don't know if he thought we were like super good friends or whatever, when in reality, I was the manager he sold materials to. So I think, in a sense, maybe he's upset that we only really spoke about business and buying materials because that was my job. Lang, this guy, you know what he said? He said that I don't do sanitation. He said all I do is buy materials from people and take credit and pass them as if I worked for them.
Wait, who said that?
Val. This guy is telling people this.
Okay, so this guy's got to get clapped.
Yeah. This guy's got to get fucking shot. Taught a lesson.
It's my job not to buy materials and flip them to you. Is that not literally the job you gave me and Cloak gave me? Besides, you know, working sanitation myself.
That's not his business.
No, but that's not his business, and it doesn't matter. That's just you doing your job well.
That's what I'm saying. Like, he's saying that me doing my job in reality is me just taking credit for everything. When anybody that knows me know that I was always crediting the crackhead team that I put together because they worked fucking hard, and so did I.
Yeah.
And we all did work. And I told you that, like, I put a good ass team together. Back then, David, you know, he's not around anymore, but I always credited my people, especially because I ended up taking a sanitation break when I was hanging out like in the sewers doing moonshine. You remember, Luciano? I gave you ingredients and shit.
Yep.
And that was only for like a few weeks. I got sick of it and I went straight back to the yard. Otherwise, the past 5 months that I've been around, it's literally sanitation all the time, minus like a few weeks. And I was still doing it now and then and buying. So I think this guy just has some crazy animosity for me. And he is using that to talk to people who maybe I don't talk to every day, but are part of the overarching group. You know what I'm saying? Or affiliation.
Yeah.
To make me look bad. And I just don't know why.
I mean, not to interrupt you here, but it's not really your job to... It's your job to do your job, not your job to, you know, be a nice fucking guy and go around and thank everybody. You know what I mean?
We're fucking criminals. Like,
I mean, fuck this guy. Fuck this guy. It sounds like some petty shit. We'll talk to Sai. We'll find this guy and we'll deal with it. All right?
Okay. And the reason, by the way, which when I reached out to Luciano, I just wanted to talk about Val. When he's like, "Is this about you and Sai?" That caught me off guard. I didn't even know anything to do with Sai because me and him don't talk. We don't see each other. We don't work. Like, we don't do anything. So Sai has no reason to think this unless he's being told this. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I get what you're saying.
And that's what threw me off. So I just wanted to address that because, you know, it came up and fuck it.
Hey, we'll get to the bottom of it, all right?
Yeah, we'll get to the bottom of it. I want to stress out about it.
You keep doing your thing. You keep doing your thing. We'll figure it out.
Nice to meet you, pal.
Hey, Sai's waiting for us at the Vinewood Bowl.
Oh, you gotta be fucking...
You guys mind if I roll with you?
Yeah, let's go.
You drive. I'm not driving.
All right.
Sai, what the fuck is going on?
What do you mean?
What do you mean? You're calling Santana a snake and all this shit? Like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah, I called Vito up to let him know about it. It's just a lot of information I'd heard from several different people added up. I don't trust the cunt.
Who have you heard it from? Can we get more than just that, please?
I heard it from Bo, Val, Cole, and Day. 3 of the people that work for me for the moonshine operation, and Bo, who's one of his fucking housemates.
Oh, so what has Bo said? What the fuck?
So according to Bo, I mean, because Bo, well, after I explained, Santana had made a comment about how he didn't trust me, and I mentioned this to Bo because I was trying to help him out with something. He then proceeded to tell me some information about him over several things over months. One of them being apparently an incident involving the KC where Santana was apparently robbing locals in their turf. KC came knocking on the door.
I don't give a fuck about any of that. What is Bo's? What does he think of Santana? I don't give a fuck about the story.
Trust him.
What makes Santana a snake, and is it a risk to us? Yes or no?
I believe so. Yeah, I wouldn't trust him. I think he's an opportunistic fuck.
Why?
I think he's an opportunistic fuck that will step over anybody and anybody, like everybody and anybody, to get ahead.
Santana's been working for us for months now without a problem at all.
Yeah, literally zero.
Right.
So how do you come to that conclusion then? How do you come to that conclusion?
That's what I'm saying. Bo told me some stuff where Bo doesn't trust him and explained why he doesn't trust him. These other people have told me stuff they don't trust him. Makes me not trust him.
Okay, so you yourself don't have any personal experiences with Santana to not trust him? It's from people that work for you, yeah?
My personal experience with him is he's been very entitled and keeps nagging Jason about getting a fucking key to the goddamn moonshine house and keeps going on and on about it when he's got no involvement in it, which pisses me the fuck off.
Okay, what does Jason think about that?
Jason's told him he's not going to get a key and told him to fuck off, but he keeps mentioning that.
Okay, what does Jason think of Santana?
I mean, Jason likes everybody, so...
Why'd he tell him to fuck off, though?
Because she said to him, you're not involved in the moonshine operation, why would I give you a fucking key?
I mean, it is fair. I mean, he's not involved, but why would he want a key then?
Yeah, why does he want a key?
You tell me.
Jesus fuck. Okay. Who's this Val guy? Is he another one speaking shit on Santana or whatever?
Val and Day are 2 people that have helped set up the moonshine operation and put a lot of work in behind it, and they're part of the reason why, even if Santana was involved in moonshine, you know, he wouldn't get a key because they helped pay for the fucking house. So.
Okay.
Yeah, so Bo has no trust for him.
Is this high school shit or is this some serious shit?
It's a lot of lying and backstabbing on people from what I'm understanding. Stuff that makes me not trust him and think he's opportunistic.
And it's Bo, Val, and who was the other person?
Day.
Day. Who's Day? Who was that?
Dayrell is another one of my pushers.
Okay. All right, we'll look into it.
So Bo would probably be your best source of information on it.
Yeah, we're gonna speak to Bo, and we'll see what he says. We appreciate it.
I mean,
everything else going well?
Yeah, everything else is fine. I was just going to say, you know, whatever you decide is what you decide. I'm just trying to, you know, make people aware of potential problem that could arise here.
How valuable is this Val guy to you?
Pretty valuable. He's very smart. He's one of the ones we're trying to get involved in the farming because he knows what he's doing. He's very fucking.
So he's
very
deep in your operation with the moonshine.
Yeah.
He's also a therapist that breaks confidentiality all the fucking time and tells people other people's fucking bullshit and dirty laundry. No.
I don't know anything about that, so I'd have to take your word on that.
Just be careful with that, all right?
Yep.
Just be careful with this motherfucker. All right, we're gonna go talk to Bo. Listen, I got a question for you, Jason.
Okay.
Do you hate Santana?
No.
Does Bo?
Not that I'm aware of.
The fuck? What is this drama between him and Sai?
Oh, okay. I wasn't going to mention anything because it's some high school bullshit if you ask me. It's not even Harry and Sai. Not Harry and Sai. Santana and Sai. Santana and Sai, if you keep them apart for...
Sorry, guys. Sorry.
They're fine. They can stand each other for like an hour without getting on each other's nerves.
Yeah.
It's really Val and Santana. You've never met Val. Val was on Santana's team back in the LSD day.
So what? Sorry, go ahead.
So my understanding of what is going on is Val doesn't like Santana for whatever reason. Santana's distanced himself from Val. And Val is going and saying a lot of stuff that Santana told him confidentiality during like therapy.
Yeah.
And from what I have heard about Val is he's kind of got a bigger mouth than what I realize. And he may be telling people about what's going on in the other house. And if that's the case, I will drop him from the panel. And if you don't need me to stay clean, I'll stab him myself.
Yeah, we might need to kill this prick because now from all the shit show, because I agree with you, it is high school drama, but you and Santana have the same story, which leads me to believe that this Val guy is actually the problem now. Now, in your opinion, is this Val guy a solid person, or like, what do you think of this person?
I don't know him that well. I've done a few Sani shifts with him. The plan was to have him be our clean guy until you asked me to stay clean. But
you don't have to do that anymore, by the way.
Oh, then I'm happy to stab him.
But we might need to stab this motherfucker.
Okay.